and the entertainment that Michigan needs. Bring your talents and creativity to the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com to get started.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, 2 men in Delta County are facing drug charges following 2 separate events with Michigan State Police. Plus, we're speaking with Michigan lawmakers representing the UP about how them all being Republicans is going to affect how they push for new state laws. And the U.S. Supreme Court is hearing arguments regarding TikTok's place in the United States. We'll have the details from Washington, D.C. 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking things out for the Marquette area tonight. A lot of clouds around, a couple of light snow showers perhaps on this northwesterly flow. Temperatures will be dropping similar to what happened last night into the upper teens. And the rest of the Upper Peninsula will have variable amounts of cloudiness, generally partly to mostly cloudy, and temperatures upper teens to the mid-20s in some of the warmer spots. Rest of the weekend forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. 2 Delta County men are facing drug charges after separate incidents that happened the same evening. They mark the 4th and 5th felony drug arrests in Delta County in just the past week. On Wednesday, around 5:40 p.m., Michigan State Police troopers pulled over a car in Escanaba for a vehicle violation. It led to the arrest of the passenger, 27-year-old Jeffrey Schultz of Rock, for possession of meth and possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. During his booking at the jail, police discovered Schultz had more concealed drugs on him, and he was additionally charged with smuggling contraband into jail, which is a felony. That same night, around 9:50 p.m., troopers pulled over another vehicle in Escanaba for a vehicle violation. That led to the arrest of the passenger as well, 33-year-old Brian Johnson of Rock, for outstanding warrants. During his booking at the jail, police also found concealed drugs on him and charged him with possession of meth and smuggling contraband into jail. Both were arraigned in 94th District Court on Thursday. Schultz's bond was set at $7,500. Johnson's bond was set at $1,500. Both are due back in court on January 30th. For the first time in decades, Republicans hold all the seats representing Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Lawmakers have wrapped up their first week in Lansing, already introducing bills they hope will keep UP energy costs low. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from the lawmakers after the first week of the 103rd legislature.
As lawmakers return to Lansing for a new term, the Upper Peninsula team is back with one freshman legislator.
I have a lot of support, and the support from the rest of the UP contingent.
Carl Bonak is the new representative for Michigan's 109th district, a historically blue district. It's the first time a Republican has been elected since 1985.
He adds a lot more background to our legislative team for the UP.
On the other side of the legislature, Senator Ed McBroom says he's using his 14 years of experience in Lansing to help the new group settle.
So far, I think it looks really positive.
In week 1, he's reintroduced bipartisan legislation to address Michigan's Freedom of Information Act and says they're prioritizing new tipped wage and earned sick leave laws.
It's about finding a group of people who put the Upper Peninsula, its tradition, its heritage, its culture, its people first.
Bonak also introduced his first bill this week, legislation that would create exceptions in recent green energy laws to keep some of the rice generators in the Upper Peninsula in operation.
Their staffs have been helping me and my new staff get on the same page, and it's really good. It's really great to work together.
The new House Republican majority has a long list of priorities, including those tipped wage bills, local road funding, and a new state budget to work on before its first scheduled break in June. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
The U.S. Supreme Court could soon decide the fate of TikTok in the U.S. Today, justices heard oral arguments in a high-stakes case reviewing the law that could ban the social media app. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill this evening. Brendan, good evening. The clock is ticking for justices to make a decision.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Yeah, time is absolutely of the essence here. Under that bipartisan law passed by Congress and signed by President Joe Biden a few months ago, TikTok must cut ties with China-based parent company ByteDance before January 19th, or else face a ban in the United States. Kevin, at the center of this challenge in the Supreme Court is freedom of speech and national security. TikTok and some of its users sued to block the law, arguing it violates the First Amendment right of its users in the United States. Today's procedure lasting more than 2 hours. Throughout the arguments, justices in the majority were skeptical of TikTok's arguments. U.S. officials have raised concerns about the app's threat to national security, and Chief Justice John Roberts reiterated those concerns in court today about a, quote, foreign adversary gathering data and information about the 170 million people in the U.S. who use TikTok. Attorneys for TikTok and ByteDance argue the law opens the door to a dangerous form of censorship. I spoke with a constitutional law expert today to help break down the government's argument.
The government is arguing that this really shouldn't be considered a First Amendment case at all, because the speech that is being suppressed is the speech of the Chinese Communist Party, and no foreign actor has a right to speak, and the government says no American has a First Amendment right to speak on a foreign-controlled platform.
And Kevin, there are major consequences with this decision, especially for TikTok users, many of whom are full-time content creators and make a profit off of their TikTok content. But with that conservative court majority appearing to side more with the government's national security argument, it appears time could soon be up for TikTok. We expect within the next week or so to see the Supreme Court either uphold the law, toss the case, or delay the ruling, putting this act on hold as requested by President-elect Donald Trump. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. Your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio coming up after the break. Plus, later, Mike Ludlum breaks down the matchup between Michigan Tech and Lake Superior State University's upcoming hockey games. And later, a robotics team out of Rapid River is downstate preparing to compete against other teams in Michigan. We'll be right back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
NCIS Sydney.
IFP.
We're hunting this terrorist while trying to recapture a stolen missile and solve a double homicide. You're enjoying this.
That obvious?
This is one of those moments where the Navy expects you to think outside the box. To have the guts to ignore history and trust your instinct.
I like that.
NCIS Sydney. New season, CBS Friday, January 31st, and streaming on Paramount+.
No looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back.
What do you say we start from here?
With a Rifleman.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. on WZMQ MeTV.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's end of the year clearance. You'll save 30 to 60% off hundreds of items. We're clearing out sofas from Flex Steel, Lazy Boy in England. You can buy a nice sofa for just $449. There's big discounts on recliners from Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, and Best. Recliners start at just $299. And huge discounts on Amish dining room and bedroom furniture, quality that will last a lifetime. There's clearance prices on mattresses from Serta, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. A full-size mattress is just $179. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Looks like we're We're going to have kind of a mixed bag here when it comes toward the weekend. Saturday, dry, steadier snow on Sunday. We'll try to get a bit of a warm-up, though, for next week. So in more detail here tonight, looking at some light snow here and there. If you're going out, watch for the slickness in the roadways. No heavy amounts expected. And we'll head on towards Saturday. Dry conditions overall. We'll keep it partly sunny, near 25. Sunday, it looks like we'll see some snow showers, and it will be a steadier snow, and we could get several inches, as you can see, as temperatures rising near 30. So maybe kind of that wetter type of snow as a frontal system moves on through. So the winds generally out of the north and northwest into Saturday morning, and then they slowly start to switch toward the south. Now, the good news with this snow event, we don't expect a lot of strong winds here. You can see the winds are relatively light as we head on into Saturday evening. Certainly good news. Whenever you get snow, you don't like the blowing snow. Now, for later on tonight, lake effect will start to wind down as the winds do shift, so we don't expect, again, a lot in the grand scheme of things. Those of you in the strip here, the Ottawa National Forest and out toward the western shores may get locally more snow, but most of you are not getting a lot here. Then after a nice Saturday, we should see some sunshine. Clouds increase, though, by late in the day. Here comes the next weather system. It'll be sliding into the western parts of the Upper Peninsula by Saturday night. And it will bring some pretty good snow, as you can see. So we head towards Sunday morning, a large area. So this isn't lake effect. This is the big deal here. And everyone will get in on the action. For tonight, though, you can see here from the National Forest up toward the western shores, we may get a strip here of maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow, but the vast majority of you getting less than an inch of snowfall. Then looking into Sunday into Monday, you can see anywhere from 2 to 4 and locally higher amounts, the little lake effect kicking in. Check it out. Could be over a foot in spots along the Lake Superior shores, and maybe 5 or 6 just to the north and west of McMillan. So for tonight, though, partly cloudy overall. Temperatures teens to the lower 20s. As we head into Saturday, sunshine, then increasing clouds, maybe a couple of snow showers here and there, and temperatures into the middle to upper 20s. You saw the weekend outlook, the steady snow for Sunday, leftover flakes on Monday with the cold hit, and some lake effect for Tuesday. Nice little rebound, though, as you can see. After a cold Wednesday, we get close to freezing, might get above freezing for the first time this month by the end of next week.
Tom, thank you. And still to come on your 19 News, with the holidays now over, we're checking in with the Marquette Downtown Development Authority on how things went for them and what they have planned for the future. That conversation's in 2 minutes.
The state of America.
Wow.
One state at a time.
Has the meaning of home changed for you?
I believe in our country, and I want to serve it.
Eye on America, weeknights on the CBS Evening News.
January is custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Whether we're starting from scratch or recreating a new piece from some old or sentimental jewelry, we'll help you create your own one-of-a-kind perfect design. In January, we'll waive our $395 design fee. You imagine it, we'll create it. Custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire. While the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Get connected to your community and your world. Scan this right now for weather, news, video, community events, instantly at your fingertips. The app from 19 News. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. It's been a busy past couple of weeks for the Marquette Downtown Development Authority, and they have some more in store for the future. Joining us tonight is, of course, from the DDA, Mike Bradford. Mike, always glad to have you on.
Hey, I'm always happy to be here.
We made it through the holidays. How was it for you guys?
It was busy. It is one of the busiest times, not just for us, but I would say for the whole downtown, naturally. I mean, everyone's out getting those, Christmas gifts, especially those last-minute ones, But honestly, overall, I think it went great. I mean, we tried a lot of new things, with the Winter Light Festival. We had the Yule Market, kind of replacing the holiday market, giving people one full weekend of activities and shopping. And then New Year's Eve. I mean, I'm sorry to say that I wasn't here for it, but I'm happy to see that with the changes that we saw, it was a big success. There were a lot of people coming out in the cold, and, counting down to the new year together. Saw the video at least, and so it looks great.
Yeah, there were definitely a ton of people downtown, and I really like those light up wands or whatever.
Hey, it's honestly, the whole month of December was really just try to lighten it up with the festival, New Year's Eve. Basically, it's the darkest month of the year. And so it's been on our radar at the DDA and, with the city and the Arts and Culture Center to try and lighten it up, And so I think we had a good start to this year, and we're already looking, at what we can do to improve next December.
All right, excellent. And you mentioned earlier to me that this is one of the most important times of the year for your businesses. So
it really is. And the reason for that is it's not because, like December, it's really busy and you got to maximize, every customer that walks through your door. But this time now, it's slow. Not as many tourists and not as many people, getting outside and, going to the restaurants and the retailers. A little bit of fatigue, but it makes it all the more important, though, for the local community to shop local, support local, and help these businesses kind of give them that jolt to get them, to the summer season where things pick right up again. So, yeah, this time, basically now through April, get out to the downtown, visit those restaurants, treat yourself, you know, and, help the local businesses who are, part of the community, thrive and, get them to the summer season.
Right. Have you heard any comments from any of them about just how the season was for them? The holiday season?
Holiday season every year, it really depends who you ask. It's always, very volatile. One moment, you could be doing so well, the next things start to slow down. And so, but I think overall we did see a positive, some positive traction, with local shoppers, getting out there and shopping. But also, it's always weather dependent.
Right.
Downtowns thrive on walkability and enough parking.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think it leaned a lot on that too.
And I know we have more in store. The work is not done, unfortunately, for you, Mike. So what else do we have coming up?
So, I kind of mentioned, summer, getting businesses there, but already we're looking at summer. We just launched our Blueberry Festival poster competition, going into the 26th year of the Blueberry Fest.
Right.
And this is one of my personal favorites. You have a lot of local artists putting in, their efforts to show us their interpretation of the festival, of the blueberry. And last year we saw record numbers of submissions, over 40, and of different mediums. And we increased the prize this year to $400. And so I'm really excited to see what we put together. The gallery will be up all of May at the Peter White Public Library for anybody to see it and vote for your favorite.
Obviously a very largely popular event here, and I know you've gotten a couple submissions already.
Oh yeah, I know. It's people don't waste time, and they look great, and I'm so excited to get my hands on them, to hang them up, and see what people think.
All right, and anything else coming up, Mike, that we should be prepared for?
Oh man, there's always something coming up, Kevin, I swear. But probably the most recent coming up is the No Caymanon's coming to town again. And, we saw the weather. I really just hope that for this year, the skiers for the No Caymanon have, good weather. The people work hard for that event, and it is a big jolt for this community. And right after that, the UP 200, which all of it's weather dependent. So, everybody at home, let's pray for some snow.
Right. I think everyone's doing that after the past couple of years. I think everyone is ready for it to return, Mike.
I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. All right, Mike, thanks so much for coming in. Always appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Kev.
Absolutely. And Mike has your sports headlines when we come back, including a very impressive performance from Michigan State's basketball team over Washington last night. Go Green. And the NFL playoffs are set to begin this weekend. We'll hear from Packers head coach Matt LaFleur as they prepare to take on the Eagles on Sunday. But first, here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. There are multiple opportunities available for the 138th Annual Ski Jump Tournament in Ishpeming, taking place next week. You can help with the gate staff, parking, and placing hill markers. To sign up to be a volunteer or check on other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
On this Friday night, California's wildfires ripped through schools, impacting at least 5,000 students. Tonight, we look at the future of education turned to ash. Those headlines and more on the CBS Evening News.
Be a part of the phenomenon.
I've been reading about you, Miss Tassioni.
That has everyone talking.
Don't you have a murder to investigate or something?
Funny you should say that.
Who's that?
A witness.
We have a witness in Scotland? I need you on a case.
I'm all in. He got killed in a duel? Whoa. Do you think she looks sad?
I'm guessing that's from being dead.
Elsbeth returns new CBS Thursday, January 30th and streaming on Paramount+.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
A single touch can say 1,000 words. It says, I see you. I feel you. I got you. And I'm never letting go. Ever. Say it all with irresistibly touchable skin. Get in touch. Gold Bond.
The world's longest running prank show is back. Just for laughs, gags.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. For the second straight season, Michigan Tech and Lake Superior State will play just 2 games against each other during the regular season in hockey. Last year's series was in the Sioux in late January. The Huskies host the Lakers tonight and tomorrow. Tech assistant coach Jody Murray says the Huskies have been able to see Lake State on video recently at strategic times.
They played St. Thomas the weekend before we played St. Thomas, so we watched them then. They played Bemidji the weekend before we played Bemidji, so we watched them. So we've seen quite a bit of them, and they played good in both those weekends. They haven't had the success the last 4 games that they wanted. They haven't been scoring like they were earlier in the year. So I'm sure they're going to change some things up and switch some things up on their power play, get some more goals. But they always play a heavier style. Like possess the puck down low in our zone, and so our defense are going to be under a ton of pressure, and they're going to have to make plays, and they're going to have to end plays.
Face off tonight, 7:07. Saturday's contest begins at 6:07 p.m. NMU entertains 12th ranked Minnesota State this weekend. Same starting time for the Mavericks and Wildcats. I don't want to say the Michigan State men's basketball team had too much fun last night at home against Washington, but there's a good case for absolutely thinking that. The Spartans were fired up for the Huskies, and maybe Michigan Tech's Huskies could have played better than Washington. Ask Wisconsin Green Bay. Boom, there's Cohen Carr with a dunk to get things going. Simon Zapala waits for the right moment, and boom, that would be Xavier Booker for another slam. Next, Jackson Kohler bounces one to Jace Richardson for the layup. He had 12 points and a career-high 5 steals. Jeremy Fears, a double-double, 12 points, a career-high 10 assists, a 3-point opportunity there. Michigan State led 42-13 at the half, and yes, Nick Sanders knocked down a jumper. Spartans win easily, 88-54.
Every media person, every alum, every student and every fan appreciates the specialness we have here. The players did a great job. Defensively, I thought we were unbelievable. Offensively, I thought we moved the ball, did good things. We just missed a bunch of shots the first half. But they ended up shooting 50%, only 33 from the 3, and Jaden had some great looks early. But I thought Jeremy played one of his best games, both offensively and defensively.
Izzo's career Big Ten record is now 347 and 170. He needs 7 more wins to pass former Indiana coach Bob Knight for the all-time lead in conference wins by a head coach. Michigan State is at Northwestern Sunday. Washington travels to Michigan on Sunday. The Green Bay Packers visit Philadelphia Sunday in the NFC playoffs. Packers safety Xavier McKinney was named to the Associated Press All-Pro First Team today.
Incredible focus about him. Obviously, he's a very talented player, but I think when you really just observe how he approaches the game, and whether it's a meeting or a jog through or whatever it might be, he is so dialed in, and I think it's reflective in his play.
Kickoff Sunday is set for 4:30 Eastern Time. Meanwhile, Kirby Joseph is one of 4 Lions players to make the All-Pro First Team, along with tackle Penei Sewell, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, and punter Jack Fox. Punt returner Khalif Raymond and center Frank Ragnow were named to the All-Pro Second Team. In case you missed it, Minnesota and Los Angeles' playoff game on Monday has been moved to Glendale, Arizona, due to the wildfires in the LA area. Of course, a big night for college and high school athletics, especially high school basketball. We'll have highlights of a number of those games coming up on your WZMQ 19 Sports at 11. Kevin?
Mike, thank you, and we'll have your final look at weather after this.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen, as 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Snowfall for tonight, meaning the light side, maybe a few spots well south of Lawns here and between Iron River and Lawns, make it a little bit more. But most of you getting an inch or less for tonight. And as we head toward tomorrow, not a bad day. Sunshine, then increasing clouds, high temperatures into the upper 20s to near 30. After that, good chance of snow on Sunday, a little heavier, wetter snow, 3 to 5 inches possible before it gets colder for the beginning of next week. Kevin?
Thanks, Tom. And finally tonight, right now, 4th and 5th graders from Rapid River are downstate preparing for a robotics competition. Tomorrow, the Cookie Bots will be competing in the first LEGO League Challenge State Championship. They started working on their robot in the fall, designing and programming it to complete various movements and tasks. While the Cookie Bots would like to take home a trophy, they say they're focused on having a good time with their teammates and showing off everything they've learned.
I learned how to program and build a robot.
I learned a lot of teamwork and a lot of communication with my teammates.
They learned a lot of STEM-based stuff, teamwork. Don't worry about how we do, just have fun. That's the end goal, is just to have the kids have fun.
And that's all we have time for right now, folks. We'll see you later tonight.